Brexit LIVE Theresa May faces new showdown with Remainers as MPs hold crunch vote. The EU Withdrawal Bill returns to the Commons after the Lords again backed giving MPs a meaningful say on the final Brexit deal. The Prime Minister staved off a Tory rebellion on the move last week but faces another bruising battle in the latest round of voting. Pro-Brussels Tory rebels including ex-cabinet ministers Dominic, Grieve and Soubry are leading the revolt against the government. You can follow the latest updates with express.co.uk's live blog below. 8:01 a.m. Brexiteers are said to be increasingly confident of victory, with one cabinet minister saying, "It has been tight but we are on course to win." Tory whips have urged Labour MPs in pro-Brexit constituencies to either abstain or vote with the government. A senior government figure told Politico, "We've had some good conversations, and not just with Conservatives. There is a common goal to get things done. It's one of the interesting twists of a hung parliament." 7:55 a.m. Tory MP Philip Lee said Brexit rebels could still potentially help defeat the government despite the dark arts of the whips to avert the revolt. The former minister said talks were still ongoing to find a compromise ahead of the Commons' showdown on the so-called meaningful vote amendment. Asked how united the rebels were, he told the BBC, "We were always going to get the normal dark arts of Westminster taking place, fully expected. But my understanding is that the position taken by a number of colleagues is solid, which is why the government is still in negotiations." 7:47 a.m. Soubry, an outspoken Tory Remainer, posted a lengthy statement online last night about why she will rebel against the government. The Brexit MP wrote, "Getting Brexit right is vital and is the most important set of decisions our country has taken in decades. Whatever we were told during the referendum, you can't simply unravel 43 years of membership of the EU in a year or two, and getting a new trading deal is far from the simplest of matters as we were assured. So for our sakes and the future of our children and grandchildren, we have to get this right." And ex-cabinet minister Dominic Grieve, another one of the leading figures in the standoff, said he expected negotiations to go right to the wire. 7:35 a.m. Mrs. May has warned against any moves to tie her hands during negotiations with Brussels. Speaking on Monday, the Prime Minister said that Parliament must not be able to overturn the will of the British people. She added, "The EU Withdrawal Bill is an important part of the legislation we need in order to be leaving the European Union." A Downing Street spokesman added, "We cannot accept the amendment on a meaningful vote agreed in the Lords." Agreeing to amendable motions would allow Parliament to direct government on its approach to exiting the EU, binding the Prime Minister's hands and making it harder to secure a good deal for the UK. 7:30 a.m. Prime Minister Theresa May faces another tense Brexit showdown in the House of Commons today. On Monday, peers backed a controversial amendment to the EU Withdrawal Bill aiming to give MPs a meaningful vote on Mrs. May's Brexit deal. Under the amendment, tabled by Lord Hailsham, ministers must update Parliament by January 21, 2019 if there is no prospect of a deal with the EU. 2 weeks later, they would return to the Commons with a statement revealing how the government plans to proceed. MPs would then be given a vote on whether to approve the action.